Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. A long time no see. I haven't filmed a video in a really long time and I really missed it. I'm trying to be more consistent, and I know I've said that before, but I've also been consistent before. So I know that I can do it. A couple things before we start the video. Sorry if you guys hear my AC. I can hear it, so y'all might be able to hear it. Also, I have a cat and she is quite active right now. So you might like see a little tail, or you might hear her like running around. For today's video, I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me. I'm just gonna be doing like my everyday look. While I get ready, I'm gonna be telling you guys some interesting facts about me, just to like get to know me a little bit more. And then I do kind of have like some little juicy facts, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So while I'm organizing everything, I guess we can go ahead and start with the first fact. The first fact is that I am half Black, half Mexican. A lot of people, I feel like, already kind of know this about me. Like, it's not like some super big secret or anything, but there are probably a lot of y'all that still don't know that. So yeah, I am half Black and half Mexican. I don't know, I feel like where I'm from, it's not super common, so most people think it's kind of interesting. Sí, yo puedo hablar español. Hablo un poco de español. Yo entiendo más que puedo hablar, pero puedo hablar español. And technically on my mom's side, I am considered first generation. My mom came here when she was 18 years old and I was born here. So on my mom's side, I'm first generation, and on my dad's side, obviously I'm not. Another kind of cool little fact is that my mom, when she was trying to pick out my name, she was debating between Casey or Aaliyah. So if my name wasn't Casey, it would be Aaliyah, which personally I kind of like more. I was born on September 17th, so that makes me a Virgo. I do actually kind of identify with Virgo characteristics. Like, I do feel like I am that, but I also kind of relate a lot to fire signs and like their characteristics, because my other two signs are both fire signs, and Aries and Sagittarius. I forget which one's my moon and which one's my rising, but one is Aries and one is Sagittarius. It's kind of like a weird combination, honestly, but I relate to it so much. But I do feel like they're polar opposites. And my birthday, like I said, is in September, and I'm gonna be 25 this year. And I've been struggling with that because I'm just like, damn, that sounds old. Like, not really. Like, I understand 25 is not old, but like, why does it just feel like something serious? You know what I mean? Honestly, if I could stay like any age, I would probably want to stay like the age I am now, like 24. Or yeah, 24. Just because I feel like 24, it just sounds so perfect. Like, it's not super young, but it's not old. I feel like 24 is like the perfect age for anything. But I guess technically 25 would be, because at 25 you have like no limitations. Like, you can rent a car. I feel like that's the only thing that you can do at 25, but I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like you don't have like any limitations on you anymore. Like, you can truly just do whatever at 25. And people do say you realize a lot when you turn 25, and just like things kind of change. So I don't know whether or not to like be excited about that or like have anxiety about it. A lot of y'all probably also don't know what I do for work, so I decided to include that in here. So for like my career and like what I do like to make money is I'm a physical therapist assistant, which you do need a degree for. It's a 2-year degree, so an associate's like from a technical or community college. I graduated May of 23, took my board exam in July of 23, and then started working as one in October of 23. So I haven't even been doing this a year yet. I'm still a new therapist, but yeah, that's what I do. I work in physical therapy. I'm not gonna bake my under eyes today because I don't know, I don't really do that on the regular anymore. So I'm just gonna set it with powder. My favorite powder is the Morphe translucent powder. This is seriously so good. Like the loose setting powder. I don't know, I haven't tried that many powders, so I don't know if there's like any ones that I might like more than this one, but this one's really good and it's cheap, so I'm probably gonna keep using this one. And I have baked with it and it's really good, and it doesn't leave like flash, you know, like that white cast from when you take flash photos. Last time I went to the doctors, it was a few months back, and they did my height like without shoes, and I am 5'3" 3/4", but whenever people ask me how tall I am, I just say 5'4", because what do I look like? And also with shoes, I feel like I'm truly 5'4". A lot of y'all be thinking I'm tall. Like, I have run into so many people who just like say that I'm tall or think I'm tall or expect me to be taller, because I do look tall in photos, but that's just because I'm really long. Like, I have long legs and long arms, so I photograph pretty tall, but I'm only 5'4". The next fact is that I've always had a hard time making friends. Like, throughout my whole life, I've only ever had like a small group of friends, or just like one best friend that I mainly hang around. And that's honestly probably just due to my shyness, to be honest. Like, I was never like a super open person or like super talkative or loud. Like, it takes me a long time to get comfortable with people too. So yeah, as an adult, I've gotten way better at that. And I feel like if I really wanted to make friends, I could. But there's just something about having like a small group of friends that I just prefer. I just feel like it just fits me better. But yeah, I've never had like a big group of friends. I've only ever had just like a couple friends that I hang out with all the time. I have actually worked a lot of jobs in my 24 years of living. A lot of them I worked as a teenager, of course. My first job was Dairy Queen, where I literally only worked there like 2 shifts and then I quit because I just didn't like it. I feel like I just wasn't comfortable. And like I said, I was super, super shy as a kid. So I just like couldn't open up, and like taking orders literally gave me so much anxiety, and I just like dreaded doing it. And I didn't really have to work at that time, so I literally quit after 2 shifts. But then I got my license and I was like, okay, like I need some money because I want to go places. So I started working at Food Line, which is a grocery store here like in the South. I don't know if like all the southern states have it, but in my state, Food Lion's pretty popular grocery store, and that's where I worked at, like my first real job, what I consider. And I worked there when I was 16. I think I quit when I was like 17. But yeah, I've worked everywhere. I've worked, like I said, Dairy Queen, Food Lion. I've worked at Victoria's Secret. I've worked at Journeys. I've worked at my mom's market. I've worked multiple doctor's offices. I think like 2 or 3 eye doctor's offices. And what am I forgetting? And at Starbucks, but you guys already knew that. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with this Fix Plus since like my face is already kind of done. I'm actually gonna skip my little wing that I usually do just because I just did these lashes and I don't wanna put something like so close to my eye because I'm gonna have to wash it off later. So I'm gonna skip my little wing. The next fact is that I was actually raised Jehovah's Witness. I know. I was raised by my grandma for like a good portion of my life, and she was a Jehovah's Witness, and so she always brought me as a baby, and since I lived with her, I kind of got involved with it. And for most of my kid, teenage, young adult years, I was in that religion. Obviously, I'm not anymore. And the last fact is that I actually have been scammed before. I've been scammed out of $400. I could honestly make like a whole story time of that in itself because like honestly, it's just kind of funny to look back at it now. But I literally cried over that shit, okay? Like $400, and I was still in, it was like right after I had graduated, or I was about to graduate college. So like, I have no money. So that $400 was like my last $400. I could talk about it now without being traumatized, but that did kind of traumatize me for a little bit. And that's pretty much it. This is literally like what I do like on the daily. It's very simple, very natural. Yeah, I'm not even wearing foundation because I hate putting on foundation, so I don't normally do that. That's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.